There we go. Alright. Welcome to R.A.G Rides. Another episode. Look here. We're working on that today. It belongs to a friend of mine named Justin Baker. Now, he says he's got some problem with his brakes. Justin, come here. Tell me what's going on with your car.
Well, every once in a while, I end up, whenever I'm braking, sometimes it makes brake noises, sometimes it don't. So we're going to try to look and see into that today.
So what kind of noise is it making?
Like a scrubbing noise. They just, every once in a while.
Like a high-pitched squeal?
Not like a low.
Make the noise.
I'd rather not.
Yes, make the noise.
Let's see.
Alright, how about we just test drive the car?
Okay.
Alright, so here we are driving the car. Do you hear it? You don't hear it, do you? Right now.
I don't hear it right now.
I've got the window down and I can hear it coming out this side. That's a lot of wind noise right there. Anyway, I hear a squeal tab squealing. So what do you think we ought to do about that?
I don't know, you're the mechanic.
I think we're going to have to pull the front wheels off. Probably put front brakes on. And I feel a vibration when you hit the brakes, so we'll probably have to have the rotors turned as well. Alright?
Okay.
Alright. We drove it on a test drive, and we know the brakes are squeaking when it's just riding down the road. So we know that the brakes are wore out. So now we got to take the wheel off. We're going to check the brakes and probably pull the rotors off, have them turned, put brand new brakes on it. Alright then. Let's get to it. Alright, it's on the jack stands. Now, we'll take the lug cap off. Just like this. See there? There's lugs. Alright, something I forgot to do. See, we didn't break the lug nuts loose. So see, this is a problem. So, we're going to make Justin. See Justin? He's going to hold the brake pedal. I told him to hold the brake pedal. I figured he'd get in it and do it with his foot, but he can do it with his hand if he wants to. Anyway. So, now we can take and break all of them loose. Alright, two things here. Number one. See how thin the brake pad is? Oh yeah, these are bad. And if you look right here, they're scrubbing up here at the top edge. So, we're going to have the rotors turned and new pads. Alright, to get the caliper off, this bolt and this bolt down here. And that 14mm fits it. Alright, make sure you pop the cap off. Just leave it on. Just take it off and then set it back on. That way when we squeeze the calipers in, it's liable to squirt fluid up, but it won't squirt it out. Alright. Now we want to push this piston back into here. So what we're going to do is just use a big C-clamp. I'm going to open it up to where it catches all the way outside. Oh, come on now. Oh, this is getting tiring. Alright. Then we tighten it up right here. Let's see if I can zoom that in so you can see what's going on. Right about there. Oh, most of that out. Yeah. Now see, I'm pushing on the brake pads, not the rotor. So it just squeezes that piston in. Now you have to do this so that when you put your new pads on, you've got room for the new friction material to go in. Alright, now, see, now it's all the way in. And there it is. And there's no leaking, so we're in good shape. Set it up here. And there's the pads. And there is the squill tab that is got itself cooked in there, it looks like. Yeah. This is what was touching, making it squeak. Now we have to take these two bolts off and pull the carriage up, pull this caliper carriage off. Alright. Because we need a little more leverage, we'll use this one. Get over here on this side. And another one right here. There we go. See, we're doing it. And there's the carriage. And then the rotor comes right off. Now we can take this and have it turned. When we put it back on, it'll be like a brand new surface. Alright, so we had the rotors turned. Came out real nice. Now you're supposed to wash them. Make sure you wash all the metal off of them. They say you're supposed to wash to get the demagnetizing off. They like to magnetize, they say. Anyway, biggest thing is you just want to wash them, make sure you get all the crud off of it, the biggest thing. Alright, so when your rotors are clean, then all you do is slide them on. Alright, now this carriage that holds the brake pads. What we're going to do is we're going to put some brake clean or brake grease on any joint that moves and some anti-seize on the threads of all the nuts. So all you do is you split it open, and right here inside this here, it's pretty cruddy. Let's sit here and wipe some of this old stuff off. Then we're going to put some of this just like that. And then just push it right back down inside. Just like that. Now, it's going to move free. And then we're going to do this side the same way. Clean the old grease off. And I just pulled. Supposed to be a clip right here. I thought for a second maybe I pulled it off in here, but I didn't. And you got the grease on it. There you got the clip. It ain't gonna go nowhere, but still. Grease it. There. Now, we'll also once it's bolted to the car, we'll put some grease right here where the where all that's gonna go. Now we want to put a little bit of this right here, about like that, on this one. On this one. These two that hold the caliper onto the carriage. Alright. Now we're ready to put it back together. Alright, now that we've got this cleaned up, these are all lubed up and ready to go. Now we can put this piece back on. Probably got my shoulder all up in the video. Okay. There. Now we put some anti-seize on these threads. I can't remember if I showed that on the video or not. Now we checked the internet for torque spec. And then we're going to torque it to 70. Yeah. Alright, these are the new brake pads. Gonna put grease on this side. On both pads. Don't have to be much, but it has to be thin. And put it right around the edges here too. Alright, just about like that. You don't have to goop it on, just make sure it's going to slide. Alright, now we're ready to put the pads on. Alright, this is the squill tab. It goes on the inside. So, put it on first. Just snap it all in place. This is the other end. Make sure you put them on the right way. Don't put them on backwards. If you put it on backwards, you'll know it. You'll see it. The round side won't be on the outside edge. And you won't be very happy. So, new pads in place. Now all we do is we drop the caliper. Okay. Gonna have to open this up just a little bit more. So what we'll do is we'll lay one of the old pads in it and just squeeze it in just a little bit more so that it'll squeeze, so there'll be enough room to go around the new pads. There, did you see it go in that time? Yeah. Alright. Now the piston's all the way in. Now it'll just slide right over. And we put these bolts back in. We got some anti-seize on these threads also. And let's see. These have a torque spec also, but I don't have a socket that size, so we're just gonna give it a few pulls where it feels good. And that's pretty much all there is. Now all we got to do is put the wheel back on. Alright, we're going to take a little bit of the anti-seize. We're going to put just a dab on all of the lug nuts. And come on, just a little dab more. Right there. Alright. Now, we'll put the lugs on. Alright, we'll check the torque spec. About 75 is good for this car. So Justin's in there holding the brake. I'm going to tighten it here, then go straight across, then there and straight across. Alright, you let your foot up. All that's left is taking it down off the jack stands. Trying to break in new brakes, you're never supposed to just slam on the brakes to see if it'll slide or something like that. You'll ruin the friction material on the brake pads. Break-in is supposed to be, very few people can drive it the way it's supposed to be driven for break-ins. You just drive normal, several 35-mile-an-hour stops. Just like this right here, easy stops. There's no vibration in the pedal. I'm gonna let this car go by me. It's behind me. Now ain't nobody behind me, I can play with it. No noises. Pretty smooth too. Not bad. I think we're going to call that done. Alright, that's a done job on Justin's brakes on his 95 Toyota Corolla. It was an easy job, but it was full. It was a complete job. Everything worked out really well. And I think, Justin, you satisfied?
Yes, sir.
See there? Another happy customer at R.A.G Rides. Remember, it ain't nothing but nuts and bolts. God bless. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.